Okay, guys, so your underlying energy is the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is indicating to me that your situation here, yes, it is mournful. I mean, I feel like you guys have lost something very precious to you, something that's close to your heart. But no worries. I do feel like there is this Two of Cups here that's willing to, that's there, that's left to work with. It's hard to see right now considering that you've lost so much. And I feel like it had a lot to do with what your heart's desire was. This could have been someone that it was a friend that wanted more. This could have been somebody that, you thought, because it could have been like a way of kind of a bit of a sad release, because this person may have wanted more than you were wanting to extend of yourself, extend of the relationship. For a lot of you guys, this is talking about your dreams and how to get there. Maybe your hopes and fears, well, not your hopes and fears, your heart's desire, rather, is something that you feel like you had to let go of. I feel like there's a certain something you had to release, or something that was lost. And I feel like it was, of course, like I said, something that you guys really wanted to aspire to. But I feel like there is still a way to get there. It's just kind of something that may have been lost in the process of you getting getting to the place that you always want to be. All right. Now, for the current state of being, you'll have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is talking about, contemplating whether the work is necessary, or not necessarily necessary, but if it's worth the rewards are going to be worth the effort that's going to be put in. I feel like there's a lot of questioning whether or not what you're doing is going to be worth your time and energy. So you're not necessarily 100% on this bandwagon yet, but you've already done a lot of work towards this. So I do feel like there is a little bit of a second doubts here in regards to what it is that you guys want done, or what do you guys want to do with your whether this is a relationship or not. Okay, now with your hopes and fears, or this is your hopes and fears. I want to say hopes and fears so bad. I want to get to the Ten of Swords for some reason. Maybe someone's trying to lead me there. But with your goal section here, you have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is talking about your wishes, talking about, your dream. Obviously, with the Knight of Cups that we were just looking at underneath here, that was pretty much what we're talking about. You lost something that you had your heart focused on. You were very focused on getting your heart's desire, which was this cup here. And your heart's desire is still the same, I feel like, but it's just something that was lost in the process. I really feel like this could have been a friend that wanted more, and you weren't really interested in expanding like that. I feel like you had a relationship that you still wanted, to develop, but this was a loss of a friend at the same time, someone that you believe that had your back 100%, but they turned out to really not. That could have been something like that for you guys. Okay. But you guys want to get to your dream. You guys want to feel content with where you are. So I really feel like the Nine of Cups is still what you guys are still after, especially with that star that fell out. I really feel like that's something that you guys still want to aspire to. You guys really want to be here, but it's just something that was lost here. Now, the reason why you haven't got to this, which we're going to be talking about the Three Cups of Pot of Love, is because some rapid change, something unexpected happened. Something out of the blue just kind of plopped on your doorstep, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I feel like this sudden change, this rapid change in your life, it seriously changed a huge perspective. Okay, it really changed a dynamic in your plans, and I feel like that's what was going on. Or maybe you had some heartfelt plans, and it just kind of fell through. Because here you have the reason for the Tower being there is because the King of Pentacles. So maybe something stable, or something you thought was stable wasn't really stable at all. And it's something that you worked very hard to maintain. Now, this could be somebody that's a Taurus, a Virgo, or Capricorn, because technically you wouldn't be the King of Pentacles, you'd be the Queen of Pentacles, since queens are cardinal signs, fixed signs are kings. So for you guys, I really feel like this is really indicating that this has either affected you in committing to something that you wanted to go after, which is why it's something like you've lost something, or something's changed drastically that you can't really fix. And it affected your plans. It affected your way, your way of getting to where you want to be. And I feel like it also affected the commitment that you put in. I feel like it was something that just totally came down fast, and it destroyed everything. and it's something that you were really committed to, something that you were very committed to. That's what I'm getting. Something happened, you're committed to it, and it just broke apart. Oh man. Now, with your advice, you have the Hermit. So it's talking about withdrawing, taking some time out, and finding the confidence in yourself to be able to continue to move forward, okay? And it's not like strength. To me, it's more of like reestablishing confidence because you know that you have the answers within yourself. It's true. With the Seven of Pentacles here is your current state of being. The answers lie within you. Nobody can make you commit to something if you don't want to, Capricorn, okay? You're just as stubborn as Taurus, if not even more. But you guys can get, you guys are the only people in the world that can make yourselves commit to something. And I feel like right now you need to look within yourself to see if this is truly what you want. Because if it is, then you can reestablish commitment and go back in. But how you've been going about it may need to change as well because, or maybe keeping the same plan, but you've lost something very dear. Maybe there is another way you can get to point A to point B. But right now, I feel like it's just telling you to introspect, right? Look within yourself. Take some time out and retreat from the world and really spend some time with yourself and figure out what's going on. Figure out what you need. Figure out what you want and how you want to get there. And if this is something that you're willing to commit to again, despite how much work you put in, and you might have lost. So you might have put in a whole lot of work and lost it all. So you're like, I don't know if I want to put my heart and soul into something again where it could potentially get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So that could be that same situation. So it's telling you to really look within yourself, look at your heart and see what it wants. Because the answers lie within you. Nobody can make you commit to something if you don't want to. You have to find that answer out yourself. No external help can be provided to you with that. You have to figure out what it is that you want. Now, in your feelings, you have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is talking about remembering old memories, nostalgia, connecting with the energy of the past. And that were good memories. I think, honestly, they can be memories that were a bit, I guess, over dramatized. Not saying that the past memories were, way better than it should be. I'm thinking more so that you're remembering a time in the past where it was wonderful, but possibly over heightened. Okay, so if this is going to help you make your decision whether you want to get back to the past or get back to where you used to be in regards to feeling happy, feeling connecting with this person again, then let this be your inspiration. But I do feel like you guys are connecting with the past. You guys are, you're focused very much on the past here, and it can be that you're thinking that these cups here, especially that spilled over, which is the past, were so good that there's shifting your focus is going to be very difficult to do. I really, really want you guys to remember that this can happen again as long as you put the effort and the dedication and time toward it. It requires dedication, of course. I know you lost something very big and it was completely out of the blue, but but you can get this again. It's not a one-off. Six of Cups are not one-off. You have a lot of good memories in the past. They always happen, right? You also have a lot of bad memories, but these are reoccurring. These can come back again. You can make good memories. You can even make better memories. Don't let the inflation of the past memories keep you from making the move forward. Okay, to turning around and shifting your focus to be able to begin making the necessary plans to get to where you want to be, which is the Nine of Cups. Just in case this is, what may be holding you back. Just the fact that this cup was so precious to you, it just is almost as if it's unrepairable. But you still have two cups here. Despite it not being everything that you had, it's still something to work with there. Now, with your hopes and fears, you guys have the Nine of Swords. So you guys really feel like you don't want to start over. You really don't. You don't want to fall down to the ground. You don't want to have this tower energy happen again. You don't want to lose stuff. And I honestly feel like you don't want to have your back stabbed. You don't want to be betrayed. And you definitely don't really want to start over. You don't want to hit rock bottom like this again. And I feel like, honestly, you hope that whatever just happened was the worst that happened here. I feel like you guys don't want this situation to happen again. You just don't want this situation to be like, okay, there's more to come with the bad stuff. I feel like you want this to be the worst of it all, and so you guys can truly recover. And I think, honestly, your hopes is because of the situation that's happened, you guys want to be able to get back on your feet and walk again, but you also don't want the situation to happen again. You don't want any more bad stuff to happen. You want this to be the last one, the last time. Now, your outcome, you guys have the Hangman. The Hangman does indicate a time of limbo, a time of, seeing things from a different perspective, but ultimately it's asking you to surrender yourself to this perspective that it's trying to have you see. So I'm going to quickly pull a look on that one to see what it could say about the Hangman. I love this spread so much. This is what I use for my clients to help them find love. And it's really, really direct and easy to kind of read here. All right. The Hangman is coming up because of the Knight of Swords. So it's changing your approach on how to... I feel like this is about surrendering to the actions that you take in regards to going after what you want. Seizing the day, seizing your truth. And I feel like it has a lot to do... Yeah, I feel like it truly has a lot to do with what you want, what it is that you're trying to go for, what you're fighting for. It's changing your perspective on what it is that your truth is. Okay? So that's pretty much, that makes a lot of sense. That's why the Hermit is your card. Introspection. You can only change your perspective within yourself, right? External world could show you different ways of doing something or show you different ways of handling certain situations, but it's up to you to adopt those. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and pull your guys's romance angels for the week. All right, y'all. So y'all have reconciliation. Oh my goodness. Reconciliation. And it says someone from your past is returning to your life. So whatever you thought was gone, there's still a relationship here. There's still something here. Somebody is coming back from the past, y'all. Okay? Somebody could be trying to reconnect with you. Somebody may want to reconnect with you. But it's all about where your commitment is. If you aren't committed to it, committed to getting back in this relationship, or committed to finding a way to make the relationship work despite what's lost, then it's almost, that's why you have the Hangman in your outcome, because you're still trying to figure out what you believe in. You're still trying to figure out where you're going to be, if this is truly something you want to do or not, because you're currently still like, I don't know if this is what I want. I don't know if I want to do this. So you guys take some time out to yourself and really figure out what it is that you want, so then that you can manifest. The longer you wait, the longer you don't know, the longer you won't be able to manifest your dreams. All right, y'all, for your whispers of love, you guys have like attracts like. Amazing. Wow. And like attracts like is number 2, and it says, if you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. And that's just talking about being more loving to yourself, showing that you love yourself. That's why this introspection requirement is coming up with the Hermit. Love on yourself. Take some time out. Really kind of give yourself a break for a moment to really step back and take a look at yourself for a moment. Heal. And I know the Hermit is not necessarily healing, but he comes up with solutions. He's the Virgo card. So I feel like, guys, being the Hermit right now is actually not a bad idea, because the more you guys give yourself time and love, and give yourself the opportunity to look within your heart and give yourself that time to kind of reconnect with yourself, I feel like you'll be able to build more love with yourself and admit that to the universe to bring love to you, to bring back whatever it is that you were looking for, the relationship, the love that you were trying to work toward. It's possible, Cap, but you have to be, you have to look at yourself. You got to give yourself a little break here. You don't have to push so hard, okay? And especially if you don't have a decision made right now, it's all right. Take your time with it, okay? But you have to know what you want before you manifest it.